Hey guys, it's Di from Be Mommy with Style and welcome to Handmade Holidays, a collaboration of moms from the YouTube Mommy Meetup group. I'll have all the links down below. Every day in November we're posting a different craft or recipe for a part of Handmade Holidays. And today I'm going to be making burlap reindeer. So I've got all my supplies laid out here in my bar area, which actually doubles as my craft area at this house. It's working out great. And we're going to make some cute little craft reindeer that you can either tuck things down inside like Hershey's Kisses or little treats, or you can actually fill with polyfill like I have right here and use them as decoration. All of my supplies came from Hobby Lobby, and this polyfill was only $3.99 for a giant bag of it, so you can use this for a ton of projects. These were only 99 cents. These are little Chanel strands in brown. The girls really like these. I had puffy parts on them. We got these little puff balls that were $1.99, and also some googly eyes that you can obviously use for a ton of kids craft. I already had this natural twine that I'm going to be using. I use this for my wreaths also. And then I picked up a special thing of burlap, which is a little bit wider than I typically use for wreaths. This was $7.99 regular price, but it was half off when I purchased it, so it's always great to shop at Hobby Lobby when you can get the coupons. So other than that, I've just got my scissors and my handy dandy glue gun, and I'm going to get started cutting this in pieces. So I'm going to leave the edges rough on mine. You can always take an edge sealer and seal it if you want it to be more long lasting, but this is a super easy project, and I think even my preschooler is going to be able to do this one. So I'm just cutting it in like a rectangle to leave an area here in the center. This is the point where you decide what to fill it with, either some sort of candy if you're going to be giving candy to a teacher, or I'm going to be making more like craft ones or permanent ones. I'm going to be putting some polyfill in the middle to puff it up. So I'm just going to stick a ball of the polyfill right here in the center, and you can actually even double this up if you want it to look a little bit thicker. So you can put two things of the burlap in, and then it just gives it a thicker look. And I'm going to just kind of squish this up in the middle and stick it here in the center, and this will squish down quite a bit, so I used a pretty big piece. And I'm just going to pull this up and wrap it up around the polyfill. So you can see here it's like a nice little bag looking type of thing, and if you are using Hershey Kisses or treats, you may want to cut a little bit longer rectangle or use a wider piece of burlap just so you have an area to put more treats in, just depending on how many treats you want to put in there. And also, if you're just using this as a treat bag, you can just tie it in a regular bow. I'm going to actually knot my string here at the top since we're making a little bit more permanent decoration. So I'm going to take a piece of my twine and tie it around to hold this in place. Alright, so you can see you have a cute looking little bag here. So from here I'm just going to cut all the little stragglers off on the strings on the top. I'm just going to tie this in a bow in the back, and if you're using it as a treat bag, you can tie it in either direction. So to make the antlers, I'm just going to take one of my chenille sticks. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down so it's just 3 of these. So I'm going to cut off the end. And then after I've cut it down so it's 3, I'm just going to bend it up so that there's a taller piece and there's a shorter piece. Then I'm going to take a second one and I'm going to cut it in half. And with my piece that's in half, I'm just going to make a third little antler here, and you can kind of put it to whatever height you want. I'm just going to make it so that it's sticking out a little bit taller than the bottom one and not as quite as tall as the top one. And pipe cleaners are super easy to work with preschoolers. We use these for a lot of different crafts with them. From there, I'm just going to wrap it around the bottom to secure it. So I'm just going to take it and wrap it through and just keep wrapping it around all the way around so that way it's secured down. I'm going to take one of my regular brown little pipe cleaners. I'm going to cut it in half. And this is what I'm going to use to secure the antler down in the top of the reindeer. Again, just wrapping it around to secure it. And then you're going to leave a longer part down at the bottom. And that longer part is what's going to actually stick down into your little burlap reindeer. So after I've got those all put together, those are the reindeer antlers. And you can even use paint if you wanted to. There's a lot of different ways you could do this. You could paint the top of this brown, but my kids love using pipe cleaners, so I definitely wanted to incorporate some way that they could use pipe cleaners. I'm just going to cut these bottom pipe cleaners to length and then just hot glue them down in here so that the antlers are sticking out the top of this burlap that is cut. So after I've hot glued my antlers down in there, then I am going to go ahead and add some eyes and a nose onto my reindeer. I'm just going to take these wiggle eyes and hot glue them on. And of course the finishing touch is always the nose, so I'm going to hot glue the nose on, and that is our quick and easy little burlap reindeer. I think this would be cute to tape either gift cards on, to either wrap up some sort of treat down inside, and if you're doing the treat you can leave off the pipe cleaner antlers. That's really more if you're doing it as a kid's craft, and you could actually even paint the top of this brown. So there is our burlap reindeer kids craft. There can be a lot of different variations of this. I think that it would be cute to do this as a teacher gift, to attach gift cards to a treat, to make maybe a bigger one and stick food treats down inside. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this Handmade Holidays craft. So one variation you can do if you're not going to be attaching this to a card or gift cards, you can actually put some beans in the bottom so that this stands up a little bit easier. I have baby lima beans that I got at Kroger, but you can use really any sort of dry bean that you have on hand. So I'm just going to put some of those here in the center. And then all of the other steps are the same. Another variation you can do if you don't want to use the pipe cleaners, or if your kids prefer to paint, is you can use some brown paint and actually paint on the edges of the burlap to make it look like antlers, and you have a fun paint project as well. Two great variations of the burlap reindeer to give as gifts, to attach gift cards to, or to even stick treats inside for teachers or other friends. So thanks so much for watching today, and have a great day.